Hey everyone, so we're going to talk today about grooming in the wintertime with your horse, okay? And for those of you who keep your horses out in the pasture all year, it's called pasture board, when, basically they're out in the elements at all times. Even though they may have shelter, they're still out in the elements, and yes, they get very dirty, they get very muddy. And it is very important to keep your horses, at the very least, even if you're not riding them or doing anything with them, it is still critically important to keep them well groomed in the winter time. Well, look at this. So Shakespeare clearly rolled in all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to come in here with this shedding blade, and I'm just going to knock this off his coat, and I'm also going to make sure I get down deep into his coat so that I know that he doesn't have a whole lot of dust and gunk and mud in there. But what I want you to pay particular attention to on him right now, and I hope you can see this on the camera, is specifically what his coat is doing right now. We've had very cold weather the past couple of days, and he is exhibiting exactly what a healthy horse coat should do. Do you see how stuck up his hair is? And I've talked about this before with you guys. It's called piloerection on a horse. And the hair, the coat actually sticks straight out, okay? It just like sticks out like a porcupine. And especially like up through here, you'll see where his withers, I mean, his hair is standing straight up on end. It looks like static cling, like when you put something static clingy, like you rub a balloon or something, you put it close to your hair, how your hair stands straight up. That's exactly what happens on a horse's coat. And piloerection helps their thermal regulation, okay? So when it's really cold out, a healthy horse coat should be standing up on end pretty much. I know, he's like, what are you doing? It should be standing up on end, and that way it creates, it assists the thermodynamics within the horse to help regulate their body warmth. So, people always ask me, well, how do I know if my horse is cold? Well, one of the ways you can really test that is if your horse's coat is standing up on end like this, then you know that it's pretty cold, and you know that their body is reacting enough to try and thermoregulate. All right, and that's a good thing. Like, it's very good if their coat is doing what it is supposed to do. But you can imagine if this horse was wet right now, or full of matted down mud that was so thick and so crusted and coated that his piloerection could not function properly, then he could get very cold very quickly. But Shakespeare doesn't have that problem. He has a really beautiful coat. He always has. It functions very well in the wintertime, and he manages to stay warm. But again, the way you test if your horse is cold or not, you do not bother with the ears, you do not bother with the head, you do not bother with the extremities up here. What you do is you go under their arm, their front leg, like right on their chest area. You feel how warm that is. Right now that is smoking hot. It's nice and warm under there. The other area you check is right here, their chest. He is very warm there. He is this horse is not cold. Another area is the flank, and I've taught you all this before. And certain areas will be a little cooler than other areas. Like right now, his flank is a little bit cooler than under here. Under here is very warm and toasty. His flank is a little bit cooler to the touch, but definitely not cold. Not anything I'm worried about at all. So in turn, if I go to his ears, well, even his ears are very warm right now, but if it were a really windy, cold, freezing day, then chances are his ears would be a whole lot colder than underneath this area would be. So these are all just things that you can look out for, but the main point of this video was I want you to keep your horse's coats clear of mud and, like really thick mud and debris and stuff in their coats, because A horse has a wonderful ability to self-regulate and to keep their own warmth, but if they are covered in a bunch of mud, or, you know, God forbid, you know, whatever, just a bunch of junk in their coats, and their coats can't achieve piloerection, then you are doing them a serious disservice. So what I always try to do is just get in here and knock all the thick stuff off, like the mud, because when they roll in mud, it gets really, really thick in their coats. So I try to just go through and knock off anything that I see that might inhibit or prevent the piloerection from happening. And if you do that, then chances are your horse, if they have a healthy coat anyway, they will maintain a nice, healthy, warm coat, even in cold conditions. So hope that helps. If it does, please hit those 4 buttons. Helps us, helps the algorithm, and we certainly appreciate it. All right, take care out there. Stay safe. Bye-bye. What are you doing, buddy?